Hello, my name's Joey and welcome to my tour of props and artifacts. Now today I'm going to make Greeble, Greebly or Detail Star Wars history. Oh yes. Because there was a detail that's missing on every single replica of a Stormtrooper E-11 rifle, every single official replica, every model replica I've ever seen. I've never seen this detail on any replica again. I've never seen this detail because the detail doesn't exist. What is it and how are we going to get there? So anyway, first of all, that's the detail there. See that little rectangular part? That little rectangular part stuck on the top of the scope. I have never seen that recreated, but it's always there and we've never been looking for it. Now let me tell you brief history. So I used to work for a prop hire company called All Props Limited. It was an amazing company, and it shut down in 2007. It had been around since 1984. It was set up by three prop men. You can find these names in many of the major Hollywood films. Peter Benson, Les Benson, and George Bull. Now, they made this prop hire company. They were prop men, so obviously at the end of many film shoots, they would end up with so many props. You know, they were the first person to see the props, the last person to end up with them. So you can imagine, as a prop man, you end up with a lot of items. And at the end of films, as you probably know already, most of the stuff just gets thrown away or dumped. And so what happened was, All Props was set up from a collection of rubbish from Pinewood and Shepperton Studios. So amongst the bits and pieces there were screen use things from James Bond, Hammer Horror, lots of little hidden gems. And one of the hidden gems I found in the year 2000, we were doing a reshoot of a production called In Deep. It was an old crime program. And inside there, inside the police section, we were doing a reshoot and we were looking for bits basically to be rehired again. There was a folder and I opened it up and I saw a picture of Han Solo's gun. Then I flicked through and there was a picture of a Stormtrooper rifle and the hairs on the back of my neck stuck up because I suddenly realised what this was. This was a photograph of the original A New Hope 1977, 1976 then, photographs of the weapons before they were completed. And so looking through the photographs, you can see that all the location weapons are finished. All the studio weapons haven't even been finished yet. So there's things like instructions on what to do on Han Solo's gun, things to do on Princess Leia's gun, little details they want to add. So that's coming back to, once again, the word Greeble or Greebly. I'm going to use the word detail. The whole idea is that a Greeble or Greebly or a detail, when prop making, you'll always put little details on props just to make them look a little bit more interesting and a little bit more realistic, technological, that kind of business. I have been told that technological is not a word. Thank you, Ben of Kent. But I still think it's a word. So anyway, this is the detail we're talking about today. This little rectangular part here. Now, this can clearly be seen in the photographs in the album, which I don't want to share too much about the album because, so when I showed these pictures to someone who knew Steve Sansweet, as you know, Steve Sansweet is one of the biggest Star Wars collectors, he got very, very excited because he said that Lucasfilm archives do not have this extensive an amount of photographs of A New Hope weapons as this folder contains. So there's a lot of hidden gems there. So obviously I want to kind of keep that secret until, who knows, God knows what. But I'd like to share the Stormtrooper details because obviously Stormtroopers are close to my heart, even though they're extremely ruthless and evil. But everybody loves a Stormtrooper. So let's get back to that Greeble, detail or part. Here we go. So on the Stormtrooper rifle, there should be a little rectangular mark here and another one there. Now what that is either a microchip or a diode. I don't really know what it's called. I'm not really that much into electrics at all. But this top area should be flat. So it should be flat black with just those little bits of metal protruding out. Now, what I've discovered through looking at the photographs is there was one stuck there and one stuck there. Now, the photograph shown, one is missing on the back here, but you can see a glue impression where another one was. So basically there were two little microchips or diodes, whatever you want to call them, supposed to be stuck there. Now, how do we know this is true? Well, if you now go back and watch Star Wars, if you look at all the photographs, even Luke Skywalker is carrying a gun, and it has this on top of it, this little rectangular part. So it seems to be that even the live firing weapons also had these on the top of the scope. As I've said before, 99% of the Stormtrooper guns had those details. Now you know it, you'll see it, it's been there in our face all the time. 99% had one, looks like they were supposed to have two, but eventually it looked like it was only one because they probably fell off. And there's only a few examples that have none on there, but this is the case. Every single replica you'll ever see of a New Hope Stormtrooper gun has none of those details on the scope, because technically those photographs don't exist. Now I'm going to quickly show you the photographs just to show you some proof and to show you some more little greebles details or greeblies. So here we go. Here's a close-up of the top of the scope, the tank scope. You can see there the, let's call it a diode again. See it right there, that's that. And we've got a slightly more distant shot here. See, once again, we've got the little detail there. See where there was another one, but it's fallen off. And we have another detail which is never ever mentioned. See this little bit of square plastic there, right down there. Never ever seen that on any replica available. Now that is the Baptist gun there. That's the Baptist gun that was sold recently, one of them. That's the aluminium and fiberglass one that had to have all the moving parts taken out to obviously be shipped abroad. So there we go. We've got a little square detail there, and we've got the two diodes, microchips, whatever you want to call them, on top of the scope. And one last thing here. Down by the stock of the Sterling, see this little detail here? Once again, never ever seen that detail recreated on anything. It looks like a rectangular box with a strange aerial type thing sticking out, which makes me think there might have been an idea originally to attach a wire to it, possibly, who knows. But that's pretty much it. That's Star Wars greebly detail history. I thought I'd share it with everybody because it's never ever been worked out what it is. For those of you out there who probably did spot that, you never ever would have had a chance to find out what it was, because technically these pictures don't exist. But they do. They were thrown away. They were either collected, because at the end of the day, the three people I work with, one of them did know someone who worked on Star Wars, the original film. He was given the chance, but he wasn't really that interested. So they could have come from him. So there we go. There's your missing detail. It's this is not an exact replica, but that is what really should be on 99% of the E-11 Stormtrooper rifles. So thank you very much for watching. Look after yourselves, take care, and I shall see you soon.